Before you buy the Avermedia PW513 webcam, don't spend hundreds of dollars until you watch this video all the way to the end, because I spent hundreds of my dollars on this webcam, and I'm going to tell you my honest opinion. This is not a sponsored video. My honest feedback on the pros and cons of this webcam. I'm not going to withhold what I think of it until the end, though. I'm going to tell you I am unbelievably impressed with the feature set and the quality of this webcam versus every other webcam I've tested on the market, even in comparison to my favorite 4K webcam, the Logitech Brio. This one is blowing me away in terms of quality of image. I mean, you're looking at the image right now. If this looks DSLR-like, near DSLR to you, that's okay, because I'm going to switch to my DSLR right now, and you tell me how much of a difference there is. Now you're looking at my DSLR. So this is my DSLR setup with a Panasonic G7 camera running through a cam link. The total cost of that setup, the camera and the cables and the interface, is about $800. Whereas I'm going to switch back to the PW513. This level of quality that you see right now is only a couple $100. Is there that much of a quality difference between that low-end DSLR and this webcam? You decide. You just saw those side by side. In my opinion, it looks very similar. But it's not just about the image quality, it's also about the feature set and all the accessories you may need to get to go with it. So let's go check those out really quick. So first things first, this camera is built like a freaking brick house. It is gigantic. It has a USB jack on the back that pokes out. I love that feature. I love that about the design. As you can see, it's got a shutter that rolls forward to cover up the lens if you want privacy. And one of my favorite features is actually on the bottom of the camera right here. You can actually mount this camera to any gooseneck mount or tripod you want because of that universal screw mount there. But the coolest thing about the design of this camera, in my opinion, isn't any of those things. It is the articulating arm, if you will, right here in the center of the camera. Have you ever struggled to adjust your webcam up and down and side to side to get it just right, to get just the right angle? Everybody has, right? And this camera makes it so that you can get the perfect angle with the articulating arm without any additional accessories. You can even put it on top of a monitor if you want. I've done that. Let me switch to my wide version of my shot with the PW513. I've actually got it on top of a monitor, and I'm able to get the shot that I want right here. Isn't that pretty incredible? Like, why hasn't every other webcam done that with an articulating arm? I don't know why. Now, the reason why I cut to this shot is this camera has the most extreme wide angle lens I've ever seen on a webcam. It's over 90 degrees. So this camera is only 2 feet away from me, and you're getting a wide angle shot this big. So if you want to have your cam extremely close to your face, no problem with this camera. You could probably have it like 1.5 feet away, or maybe even slightly less than that, and still have a wide and comfortable looking shot, which is really cool. Let me just illustrate this by switching to my studio shot. See the distant distance between me and the camera? It's arm's length in front of me, but you just saw that super wide shot from this camera. So the wide angle lens on this thing is massively impressive. This is the Logitech Brio you're looking at right here. And the Logitech Brio comes close in terms of how wide the angle is, but the angle on this camera, the PW513, is actually even wider than the Logitech Brio, which was previously the widest angle lens that I had tested in a webcam. Let's talk accessories really quick. Links in the description below, Amazon Associates links to all of the things we're talking about. If you do want to get the camera in just that right position, getting a flexible metal gooseneck like this, I've got 2 of them. The Brio that you just saw a minute ago was mounted to it. They're freaking great. You just bend the shaft on these devices, you put your webcam right there on the top, and then you can articulate it and move it as you see fit. You can clamp it to your desk, clamp it to a tripod, clamp it to a shelf, whatever you want to get that webcam in the perfect position. It's probably the best accessory to go along with this webcam other than lighting. And so speaking of lighting, as you saw in the room shot that I showed you a moment ago, if you want to be properly lit, you're going to need some kind of lighting to go along with this camera. And so there's 2 sets of lighting you could consider. So the first piece is just getting a ring light, like the one I'm using to light my face in my studio, this circle light right here. It'll give you a nice soft light on your face, which is favorable for your skin. And if you're going to do a green screen setup or you want to light your background, these bad boys right here, these newer LED lights are the most cost-effective LED lights in a studio that I have found and that I have tested. So let's take a look at those products. The newer LED lights are these guys. It comes with a stand, big old LED panels. It comes with diffusers and carrying cases and power supply all in one set, under $200 US. So if you wanted to do a green screen setup like I'm doing right now, or you wanted to light your background or have full wash lighting on you, these accessories are what I recommend. I own 4 of these in my studio. And if you're looking to do a green screen shot with this camera, you're probably shopping this camera because you're looking to do something maybe a little bit more ambitious, right? You're looking to pay a little bit more money and get something better. Elgato green screens are my favorite. I've got 2 of them right behind me, which is letting me achieve the shot that you saw a moment ago. And in terms of frontal lighting, if you want that favorable kind of beauty look that makes your skin, maybe it makes you look younger or gets rid of some blemishes on your face, a newer ring light does that. That's what's currently lighting my face. It's even lighting my face right now with a freaking hat on. It's just really good wash lighting around your face. All of the links to all of those accessories are in the description below. But that is not, I'm going to switch to the wide shot now. That is not all there is to offer with this camera. Also, it comes with its own software. So I get sent a lot of cameras from a lot of companies, and they ask me to do reviews. And I plug in their camera to my computer, and there's no software to go along with it. So I can't control jack squat about the look of the shot. And I'm uncomfortable recommending or even showing you products, webcam products that don't have a companion software to go with them. That's why I've only covered Logitech webcams on my channel up to this point. But Avermedia has built Cam Engine as a software that you can use to tweak in the way that your Avermedia PW513 looks. Let me show it to you. It's pretty impressive. So right over here, you're looking at the PW513 right now, and then here's the software that comes along with it. And so here in the basic settings of the software, you go to default, and whenever you plug in the camera, it'll look like this. You'll be a little bit oversaturated, but very well lit. And so you can actually change the settings as you see fit. I like to drop the saturation down a hair and the brightness down a hair, and it looks DSLR-like. Isn't that insane? And you can control all the settings here, contrast and hue as well, and there's a sharpness filter you can turn up, which I think looks like garbage. There's also advanced settings. I currently have it on auto white balance, so for skin tone that'll help you get in the right direction. It's got zoom, pan, tilt, and anti-flicker. If you have any monitors or lights in the background behind you, or you're having any issues with any competing light sources or extra items you may have in your shot, the anti-flicker features there can help you get rid of some of that flicker that you may be experiencing based on your situation. Dedicated software to go along with your webcam, in my opinion, is essential. And they've got it, and it works, and it saves the settings. I restarted the computer. It all works, which I know doesn't sound like a huge brag on it, but the fact that it just works actually sets it head and shoulders above a bunch of other software competitors out there in the webcam space that I'm sure have frustrated some of you in the past. So let's conclude. The Avermedia PW513, should you buy it? I think that they have created a brand new category for camera, for home usage, for creators, for streamers, for people that are looking to do business meetings, that is somewhere between the sub $100 webcam and DSLR, and it bridges the gap between those two. It costs a couple $100. It's the most expensive webcam I've ever seen. However, the quality speaks for itself. You're looking at it right now. Is this impressive to you? This is on a green screen. Here, let me show you the way it looks not on a green screen before we end the video. So here I am with my green screens behind me. Let me turn off the chroma key so you can just see the way it looks with no green screen effect. There it is. Here it is with no green screen effect. This is airtight, in my opinion. This is good enough to run a crystal clear green screen effect on. Normally, you'd have to get at least a Logitech Brio, if not a DSLR camera, to be able to achieve this level of quality, and it's just right here in the box. I think that this camera is definitely worth the purchase if you're looking to maximize your quality without dropping $500 to $800 plus to upgrade to DSLR. This camera makes that level of quality available. If you're shopping between this and the Logitech Brio, I'm going to do a comparison video of those two so you can see them side by side. But I can tell you that this camera so far, with my current usage of it, so far I think it's actually even better than the best webcam on earth, the Logitech Brio, in terms of quality. Links in the description below if you want to check out all the products that I talked about in this video. So before you buy it, if you want the highest level of webcam quality, you're going to have to pay the highest price, but I think it's worth it if you really want to focus on quality without breaking the bank. That's my assessment. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and happy webcam shopping.